39. We'll start with the village signs. Gary, we got the proposals that you sent. John, you have a list of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, Gary and I, we went around, and of course this is in my handwriting, so no one else can read it, but took down all the information as to what signs need to be replaced, what had to be done at some of them. Some have to be installed with new posts, some can use the old posts. Bottom line is what we've come down to is we have two quotes. Okay, we have one from Untitled Signs, and they would, the same exact number of signs, same sign, would come to $632.57. And then we have one from the Eastern Correctional Facility, which again, the same identical order, would be $405.27.
This includes to install them or no?
No, not to install.
Okay.
Installation we're hoping could be relatively minor in that a lot of the posts can be reused or used as they're standing, just take off the old signs, put on the new ones. Right, Gary, anything else you want to add?
Well, what about this just phase one, or this is it? We do this and we're done?
No, this is a big project. It's actually the rest of the signs, the green and white federal signs have to be installed. I didn't get that far yet. I mean, we know we're gonna have to do that. I didn't price it out yet. I mean, that was the first, I think this is the first phase, at least get it started. And as far as the old posts and stuff, Joe said there's some posts here. Larry said he might have some posts in the back, but that we can reuse if we need to. If there's a post that's broken off, and some of the signs are existingly too short, we might be able to cut a piece off and just bring it up to save a few bucks. But no, this is gonna be an ongoing project.
We have a
Should
certain
be-
threshold that we use
Yeah,
to
well,
determine which ones really need to be done.
This is kind of like immediate 90 days. After that, I'm gonna have to drive it again and get some pricing on the green and white federal signs. I suggest using the same posts because of gas lines and stuff like that. The costly thing is gonna be to furnish and install new signs, the street sign, the name of the street signs. That's what's gonna hit us. Don't know yet, didn't get an estimate, can follow it up just to get a general idea.
Well, we should, so we can use that for the budget for 2016.
When is that gonna be?
Well, they're working on it now, but we'll be finishing it up by March.
We get on it.
Gary, what signs is in that
These
initial proposal?
These are stuff that we should do just to get us going, to get us up to some type of code, making it look like if somebody came in federally and said, hey, what are you guys doing to meet the mandate? This at least is a start.
Are these stop signs?
Yeah, these are all stop
All right.
signs.
Any of
Well,
these-
no, also one-way signs.
It's one-way
All right,
sign.
any of these regulatory signs, like stop signs and whatnot,
Yeah,
have to be put in on poles at correct heights.
8 feet.
And most of these signs in the village don't meet that criteria.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is taking that extra signs that, not signs, but posts that have been snapped off, and instead of having to pulling up a new post, pulling up a pole and putting a new post in. If something's at 7 feet now and it needs another foot, I say take an existing post that we're not using somewhere in the back. Joey said he had a couple in the back. Cut a section off, bolt it together, and get it at 8 feet.
That
Assist it
might
up behind.
not be legal
I
under
don't
the
see.
state
I
guidelines.
don't see anything that says it's not.
But who, are we gonna have the handyman install these?
I
Who's
would
gonna
say
install them?
so. I
Yeah,
would say
David
so.
can do that. That's not a
Yeah.
problem.
8, 9, 10, 14 signs. No, 14 signs.
Now, as far as getting an estimate for the posts, I didn't, because if you go outside, then you get banged for delivery. So I don't know anybody who's got the posts in New York. I mean, there's gotta be somebody out there with U-channel. Do we have anybody that's in construction or something in the village that we know that might have done some highway work or? Cause, look, Econo sign, the Eastern Correctional Facility doesn't stay, well, they sell the signs. They don't, now, Econo sign sells the posts. But we're gonna get hammered on delivery. Yeah, shipping, freight.
Now, if there's someplace local to get them, then we can just pick them
Yeah,
up.
but I gotta find it, and I don't know, frankly, I don't know where to start. It would.
Google it,
I don't
see.
need construction.
what they say.
We gotta have somebody out here.
Well, the first quote though is saying that shipping is free, right?
Yeah, but now, you see, those are just signs, Mayor, those aren't the posts. The
Okay.
posts are gonna kill us, I'm afraid, if we go outside New York State.
How many,
We need to-
quotes do you need?
I don't know, I'm not fully, John, we just did the stop signs, right?
Just some of the one-way signs and that's the dead end sign that need to be
I didn't
repaired.
count the posts. Of course, I thought at this early in this game, it was just gonna be replacing, putting
Yeah,
them
we
up.
really didn't look at posts. Some were too short,
So
obviously.
for all these signs, we don't need any posts.
Well, we might need a couple of, no, because we have,
Is that one
Harry,
really
you got
short
stuff in
one?
the back?
There's a couple over here, I
Yeah.
don't know what is actually there, they're up, don't go over the top of them.
The idea is this,
There's about 6 or 7 over here on the right.
Yeah.
alright, so then I wouldn't buy any posts yet. Right now, the streets, the green and whites, the federal signs, they have, I saw in the catalog, they have 2 or 3 different types. Some decorative, some not,
We shouldn't keep with the ones that we have already, they're all consistent.
they're all, yeah, okay, there's a point, there you go. Yeah, okay. So I'll price those out.
Okay, well,
We'll do count and price them out.
this doesn't seem like that much, we should maybe do this phase now.
Yeah, this is something.
For $400 something, I would say just do it.
Yeah, I mean, how long did it say, how long did it take till we get them?
One of them said 7 days.
So if the weather holds out, we have to put them in before that, or we could wait until after the season.
Well, you don't even, that was the whole idea. If we
Well, right now,
snap
it's
'em,
rust in the ground, so we gotta take
Yeah.
that just.
So
But
we
many of these we put down, fix and install on existing pole.
yeah, you
Existing
can
pole,
snap these
existing
bolts
pole.
off that are up there now and go to the Ace Hardware and get quarter 20 stainless watches, or whatever. Or one-way screws from Harry.
We'll see what the weather, we'll go with the weather.
Alright?
So we're gonna order them from First Company?
Yeah, from Eastern Collection. 527.
You can do the explanation. I don't know if my wife's not here. What is it?
Alright, item number 2, I don't know, John, did Lee get his answer about the unmarked vehicles?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep,
And
thank
did we
you
get
for
rid
your
of-
concern and,
and did we get rid of the black box that?
Yes.
Okay.
excellent.
Update on the, proposed tree law, which there is no update because the planning board meeting was canceled last month. So it's this Monday, you said you can attend, right? So we'll do that for next month then. Okay. Okay, budget for 2016-17. Anyone who wants to, have any input on the budget, I already got back, responses from some of the commissioners. Harry, you sent me a response, and I'll meet with, Natalie and Don the first week of February and start going through that. So, one of the things that I know we wanna look at is cleaning up or redoing Trustees Park. So do you want to talk about that now?
Yeah, well, I mean, we still have, tree work to be done,
Right,
and, we thought that we should kind of pull that all together with all the other tree things. But specific to the park, there's an issue strictly beyond
Okay.
detail. And it's a shame, because I like greenhouse, I would like to be able to have people use it. And we did have a resident volunteer to fix it the last time it was vandalized, and still nobody used it. And I think it's just kind of hard for people to use it. It's just not convenient for people to put potted plants in there. But the problem now is that it's just vandalized all the time. It's broken glass all around. And the shed itself is almost getting to the point that we can't fix it. We keep thinking we're gonna get in there and kind of seal it up. And there's so much rot.
It's sinking, isn't it, Joe? It's sinking on one side.
The foundation,
Foundation.
The foundation
right?
is
correct, on the north side.
Really? That kind of changes what I was thinking. 'Cause my thought is to really cost out what it would take. I think the greenhouse is history. It's just and nobody seems to use it, but everybody likes it.
Yeah, but maybe we could have like the shed built.
Well, that's what I was thinking, is that the greenhouse sits also on a foundation of sorts, although I'm not sure that what would hold up if we wanted to build on top of it. But my hope was that we could ask Mike, for example, to just make some kind of an attractive building where we could use it specifically for village storage. And we're gonna need it, we're already, we talked about, right, Joe, we need it for records and occasional stuff. If we could somehow convert that relatively inexpensively to something that could be useful, but also attractive, because it's right in our park there. So we would need to, I would like to be able to just kind of put it out and see what people think. There's always gonna be people who say, oh, you know, we have a greenhouse, we should keep it, and I would like to think that that would be the case, but I reluctantly come to the realization that it's a nice fixture there, and it almost represents the village. It's just not being used, and it just gets vandalized. Turn that whole footprint into a nice building, and Mike could design something with some.
And maybe change the plots, because we didn't even use all the plots this year.
Well, that's part of the tree thing, is that I'm not sure who would make the final decision on it, but there are some trees, viable trees too, actually, that have grown into the sun. The whole concept has been lost. That was the area where we had at least some sun, so that people who lived on sheep, you know, many of the plots in the village are tree shaded, could have at least some sun to put up a vegetable garden of some sort.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are not useless. So we would have to take down a couple of trees. And again, you know, here we are trying to kick around
And we need a
Tree
new,
law.
we need a new place that, swing set.
that's for
That's
sure. We
something
need a couple of
else.
other odds and ends, like the dog waste dispenser got knocked down.
Down, right.
A couple of odds and things like that. I think we may need some. There's a lot of things that could be done voluntarily. I'd like to be able to save the old cart that's there. I was looking at it, and I could very easily fix it. The bed is all rotted, and I think kids are climbing on it. Like there's some of the boards have been pushed aside. But to just, you know, I have pressure treated windows, just like a new box and a seat that would look attractive on the old wheels and things. And just kind of make it, you know, it's kind of almost like Hanukkah for the
Yeah.
village. We have a thing like this.
But you know what I find with the plots is that people plant stuff and then they don't come back, and then as the summer goes on, even now, there's just fruit and vegetables falling on it, just everywhere. I mean,
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, walk around a farm and that's what you see. I mean, it's never gonna be pristine, but just the fact that we have plots available that are useful because they're in the sun, and we get rid of some of the shade for that particular area. While we're doing the tree work, we still have some hanging limbs up there, and we have to kind of figure out the property. You know, as you come in from the White Pine side, that piece of property coming up in the driveway there. You said
On
it's
the
out,
end.
yeah.
you know, and there's the trees that are really very visibly down. They're not doing any harm.
But it needs to be
But, you
cleaned
know,
up.
so, not sure sure how we want to fit it in terms of the budget, because as far as I know, there's not a whole lot going on at the other sites.
No.
So
Those we
we
did.
can kind of move some money around and figure out how we want to do that stuff. But the big thing is to cost out. First get a consensus, and then cost out what we could do with that structure. If it turns out that the foundation is reusable, that would be a real problem. We started from square one.
Maybe 4D could also come up with some kind of plan, what would work better in the sunlight, what in some of the bushes and stuff.
Well, one tree right at the beginning, it's a chestnut. It's right where, you know where the sundial is? I used to do this, we put up a birdhouse right there.
Yeah.
That just grew there on the plot. And now it's a big enough tree that it's taking the sun away from the top, big plots. That could come right down, even though it's a fairly good sized tree. But we have a peach tree that never does anything because it's under an enormous tree. We have that big cedar that's at the corner of the greenhouse. It's nice. Maybe we could just trim it up a little bit because if we don't have a greenhouse, it wouldn't interfere with anything. It's a mess. So we just need to figure out bring these guys in and get us an estimate on all that stuff.
Well, maybe we should actually go out there and meet and decide what we
Yeah,
should do.
I agree. I think there
One
should
of
be
the
consensus.
proposals that's been brought to me several times is, for an example, going back to August when we had the storm, if we moved a couple of the plots, we could have an emergency access through there.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And, even if they had to drive on the grass in an emergency, grass can be reseeded or whatever. As far as the greenhouse, I think that's pretty much a lost item. The shed, I think that if you tried to sit down there and fix it, it'd cost you more than trying to rebuild it.
But the foundation, if we could say this out of the foundation, is just knock it down and, frame something out.
And as far as using that for like storage of records and whatnot, if you just put a building up there and leave it there, your records are gonna go all to hell. If it's not, heated and cooled, your records are gonna just deteriorate.
So we have room down in the basement for the records, right?
Yeah.
So we could put other stuff in there, and stuff like
Well, at
that.
some point, we're gonna run out of room for the records.
Well, we destroy them every, how many years?
7, I think.
Are we okay, like, we're in a cycle where we're not running out of space because we're destroying records?
We should get a shredder in here, one of the shredding firms in here and do some of the old stuff that's on it that we don't longer have to keep. Like Harry said, anything 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years old, we can get shredded, get rid of.
There's some things we keep forever.
Yeah.
Well, so is that growing?
Not at the rate of the stuff that's shreddable.
Well, I mean, are we gonna run out of room downstairs?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, then one option would be to just like knock the whole thing down.
Mhm.
Kick the can down the road. Something else. If the foundation's not usable and the greenhouse is shot, and there's nothing else, we're not saving any money by salvaging it. Just clear it out of there. That would be a little fun.
Do we wanna replace it with something?
Well, we said some kind of shed, right?
Yeah, I don't wanna put a big box there though, it's in the park, I want there to be some kind of aesthetic that would be nice.
We could sit down there and have brought in where they deliver it on a trailer. I mean, I've got a 12 by 24 shed that's sitting in my yard and,
Well, you're not talking about like a Home Depot, you're talking about something that's gonna fit into
Yeah,
the
I
park.
know.
something like from Garrett Gardens or something. I mean, they have some pretty nice looking stuff there. It
Well,
doesn't have to look like a shed or a barn.
yeah, I mean, are we gonna use it? If we're not gonna, I thought that the issue was records. I mean, for the occasional thing, I don't know, we somehow find a space for it. But to spend all that money on a shed just to have a shed, I don't think that's worth it.
Which sits back there and it's gonna get vandalized.
Well, let's decide it. We have to decide, and to me, it's a budgetary thing if we start from scratch.
Right. I mean,
So, yeah.
the swing set's not gonna be cheap.
No, actually, even the demolition, I was looking at it, when I started, there's a lot of the old, that was heated by steam, the steam pipes in there. to demolish that thing would require somebody coming in with a torch and cutting all that stuff out of there. It's quite a, I don't even know what the heat, is there a boiler downstairs?
So it's,
Yeah.
alright, well, that's a question for Mike.
Yeah, there's a full furnace and, or cold furnace and boiler downstairs.
No,
The issue-
actually, you could sit down and take it down pretty easy. You know, even if you had to cut the pipes up.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it has a torch, you can sit down there and cut.
Just like we, my thought when we were talking about the signs is that we're preparing the budget now. These are all things that we probably have to move along and say, all right, let's decide, let's cross it out. Because if we are gonna move forward on the shed, and we have demolition costs and purchasing, whatever, we have to figure that out.
Yep.
So the decisions have to be made. In fact, maybe what we do is invite people to walk through the park and get some input on what they think. I mean, the easiest thing, the cheapest thing probably, would be demolish the whole thing. But then we have to fill it in, the foundation's gonna be, so that this.
That's minor.
What about some kind of survey from the residents?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I think
thinking about.
Yeah.
It kind of does set off that back part of the property. So I kind of would like to see something back there, but something nice. And I think Mike could probably design something really expensive.
And he can maybe do the demo work too.